there it is. My big size 13 shoe that you've seen in the previous videos when I'm talking about foot pain and the foot in general. And today, well, it's no different. So last time we talked about how we have the problems occur when you have flat feet and what that means, where you can feel your pain, and also the different things that it could cause as far as, you know, any tendon issues or plantar fascial issues or nerve issues when you allow your foot to be flat and in that flattened position. So today we kind of have to talk about when you have a high arch in your foot and it stays. So this is a situation where it's a structural issue, and some of the common things that we see with high arches is a lot of ankle sprains, a lot of turned ankles, whether you're an athlete or just an everyday mover and shaker. You tend to sprain your ankle a lot and turn it out a lot. And it's because the forces of the foot get thrown to the outside so much, and your foot cannot adapt to the surface changes and the stressors of that, because structurally you're stuck and stiff in that high arch position. So this is a situation where when you're not standing on it, you have an arch and it stays. And when you step on it, it doesn't change at all. And really the pressure underneath the big toe doesn't increase at all, because all the weight is thrown to the outside. So this is a situation where, you know, if there's some stiff joints in the ankle, I get in there and move them. And sometimes that helps with the flexibility in that area. But this is one of those cases where I do think an orthotic matters. So a lot of times people will get an arch support, like where if they have that high arch in their foot, they'll actually get an orthotic and they'll have it fabricated to where it gives them an arch. Well, that doesn't make much sense to me, because they already have an arch that doesn't move. So why are we building you an arch up? That will only throw the weight to the outside of the ankle and create more stress there. So that never made sense to me. But what does make sense is on that foot where you have that arch on the inside is you can get an orthotic and request one that has a lateral wedge. So it's a little triangular piece that goes on the whole outside of your shoe, or outside of your foot within the shoe, and it just kind of wedges it up, so it forces your foot to hit more evenly and not just on the outside. It works very well. I've found that it decreases ankle sprains, strains, and injury, and it can also help with recruiting more musculature in the foot, like we've talked about. So this is one of those instances, if you have a high arch, if you're spraining your ankles a lot, it might be a good idea to go in and request a lateral wedge in your shoe so that you can support it. And then, of course, I think it's important to get the mobility back in your foot. And the biggest issue mobility-wise is at the first big toe, right at the big joint, not at the knuckle, but further up in the middle of the foot, like right in the middle of that arch. That joint gets a little stiff and it can't move. So getting it worked on is not a bad thing. So finding someone who can do that for you and get that, what they call the first ray, to move is an important aspect in improving your mobility. So I hope it's been helpful. More to come. I've got many other foot videos to work on, and stay tuned, because this is all going to wrap into running and the impacts of the mechanics of how you land, lift, lead, and all that kind of fun stuff. And I've got a bunch of stuff on running that I think is pretty cool to talk about. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks again, and hope you like the feet. Bye.